Good morning. Oh, good. My audio sounds good. Hi, welcome, Scott. Thanks for joining. Hi, Lenny. Good morning. I don't usually do live streams. I usually just do all pre-recorded stuff. I'm testing some software that'll allow me to do more live streams. So if it goes good, might do this more often. Hi, good morning. Ain't nobody. Okay, I'm gonna give it just a few minutes until we get decent amount of people in here, so then I'll actually start the live stream topic of the day. Which is pretty obvious from the title, wouldn't you say? Hi, Rick. Good morning. It's still morning here for me. What's going on? What are you going to be talking about? Hi, Jason. So this morning I'm going to be chatting about the new, just released OnePlus Watch 2. As well as any of your tech questions while I'm here. I think I'll stick around for a little while till I get through everything that I want to discuss on the new OnePlus Watch 2. And then I have some other stuff I need to work on. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome to my channel. Hello, Tom. Thank you for joining. If anybody has any questions about the OnePlus Watch 2, it just got announced today. You can pre-order it right now on oneplus.com. But if you do have any questions, please let me know what your questions are in the comments. I'll be going through those while I chat about this today. Hi, Tariq. Did I say your name right? I'm doing good, thank you. Lenny says, what's your favorite phone? I have a few favorites. It kind of depends on what I'm trying to do. If I'm taking photos, OnePlus 8 Pro. For editing, for uploading social media content creation, stuff like that, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you, Tariq. I appreciate it. Is the music too loud or is it okay? It's just background music. Make it kind of chill, you know. So I still have my coffee because it's 11 a.m. here in Denver. Today, as you can see in the background, I'm chatting about the OnePlus Watch 2. I have it sitting over there next to the box for the OnePlus 12. However, I'm actually wearing the physical device. I've had it for about, I want to say a week and a half now. So I've had some time with it, and I think I can give you a solid representation of the new OnePlus Watch 2. I also brought out, I had to charge them because I haven't worn them in a while, but I also have the Samsung Watch 6. So this is the newest Samsung model. It's not the Classic. The Classic is a bigger one. And I also have the Google Pixel 2. So I can give you a comparison of sizes between these, since there is a slight difference in size. If you have small wrists, that might be a concern. And I can also discuss things like the battery quality. All of these run on the Android operating system Wear OS for wearables. So they're pretty comparable in terms of like what applications you can download, stuff like that. Nothing's really changed there. Thank you, Tariq. I just want to say that I like what you're doing. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Thank you. So I'm testing out a new software today for live streams. I've never done this before on my own channel. I'm using this thing. You can see it up in the top corner. It's called StreamYard. So it should be 1080p. If it's not coming through at 1080p, you might need to change your settings. But I have pretty high quality a wired connection here, so it should be coming through at full HD. Unfortunately, unless I wanted to pay for StreamYard, which I don't yet because I'm not sure if it would be like something that would be profitable for my channel. But if I don't want to pay for StreamYard and stay on the free version, then I only have access to one camera feed. So I don't have a top-down camera. I did try to set it up and like hack my way into a top-down camera, but I couldn't figure it out. So I'm just having one camera today. But I can show you a secondary feed of the website, OnePlus Watch 2. There you go. So I can go through the specs with you and everything like that. Oh, thank you, Red. I appreciate that. Oh, where is it? There we go. Red X from SpaceX. Sick office. Thank you so much. I have a whole playlist about this office on my channel. This is my YouTube studio. We took an unfinished basement in our house and built it out to look like a whole YouTube studio. So that's what I have here. Tella says your sound is okay, not good. Mine spikes often. Oh, okay, that might be because I get excitable. Yes, hack the planet. I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover the OnePlus Watch 2. Ta-da! So this is the new OnePlus Watch 2. As I mentioned previously, I've had mine for about a week and a half. This is a $300 watch, so it's a really comparable price to some of the other Android favorable smartwatches that we currently have available to us. It only comes in one size, and it's only Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. They do not have an LTE version, and it's 46 millimeters. Now, to compare that size with some of the other ones that are currently available, that is, I believe it's the exact same size as the Samsung, the Classic, the Watch Classic from Samsung. So if you have a Classic from Samsung, then this would be an extremely, extremely comfortable watch for you to wear, because the size is almost accurate to what you see there. There's two colors. So this is the black version. It's called Black Steel. There's also Radiant Steel. Yes. Orthy Knock said, is it waterproof? Yes, it is. It's IP, I want to say 68. IP68. I'm checking my notes to make sure I told you the correct information. Yep, IP68. Which means, like, that's pretty much the same as what you're getting from smartphones now, too, is IP68 water resistance and dust resistance. So it's a really good high quality in terms of waterproofing. Hi, Mike Dunn. Good morning. Nice surprise. Oh, good. Thank you. So you only get one size to choose from. That is 46 millimeters. That is a little bit bigger than the Pixel Watch 2 as well as the Samsung Watch 6, the regular versions. It is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, no LTE. However, OnePlus has some really good trade-in deals right now, and I wanted to mention those to you. So you get a guaranteed $50 off when you trade in any watch in any condition. That's a great deal. And on Amazon, when it comes to Amazon, I checked before starting this live stream, and it's not currently available on Amazon as far as I can see. Prime members will also get $50 off. You will also get, on the OnePlus website, Bundle add-ons get 30% off, which is great. And if you purchase a 12, a OnePlus 12 or a 12R, which I have not reviewed on the channel, but I have both of those in hand, so I can check those out too. I have one of them behind me. Then you can also get 30% off of the watch, and that's only available at oneplus.com. So they have some really good deals, and they are pre-order, so they will be shipping later in March. So March 8th is what my current estimate is. Priority delivery is March 7th. So I want to go back to the main page and kind of walk you through a lot of the specs on the new OnePlus Watch 2, and also give you some of my opinions after I've been wearing it for a week and a half. Yeah, the steel is very nice. Yes, I agree, Goat V8. Hi! Yes, I very much agree with you. It's quite beautiful. It is a high quality piece of machinery, I would say. So I want to show you the size compared to the other two. Even though I don't have a top-down camera, I do have the ability to show you these just on my regular camera. Luckily, this thing is pretty good at focusing. Let me unlock this thing. So here we have... So this is the OnePlus Watch 2 on my little wrist. You can see that, you know, it pops out a little bit. The display is at a right angle, so it's not a curved display, which I think a lot of people are going to appreciate. And you can probably also see on the live stream that bezel around the edges. So pretty thick bezel. Yeah, it's quite a thick bezel. Like my entire fingernail goes over that bezel right there on the edges. But it is a nice right angle. So if you don't like curved displays like what you get on the Pixel Watch, which has a very curved display on the edges, then you'd probably really like this. But, and I really wanted to discuss this because I wish they had two sizes to choose from, because this one is just too big for my wrist. Like, it's pretty tall, so it kept on getting stuck on like long sleeves. Like it would snag at the edges, especially because of those buttons. So it would just like snag if I was trying to pull up a sleeve. But it's also much larger in size compared to like the Pixel Watch. Look at that size difference. It's very, very different in size. And this is the same for the Samsung too. Here we have them side by side, so you can really, really tell that there's a huge difference in that size. Look at that. So we definitely have a big difference here. So actually my gain is really down already, so I think that might be a StreamYard thing. Let me check. There we go. How's that? I'm going to try that and see if that's any better. Are you getting hot peaks, tell us? Appreciate the feedback, by the way. Yeah, so there you can see the size comparison between the two. And then we also have... the size between. Sounds good. Sounds perfect. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Thank y'all. I do have a screen lock on mine, but here you have a size comparison between the Samsung Watch 6 as well as the OnePlus. It's a big difference. So if you are really comfortable wearing these, that one's going to be, it's a big difference. I would say, personally, I have dainty little wrists. My wrists are very, very skinny. They're really small. So whenever I wear smartwatches, they also have to be pretty dainty and pretty small. I don't mind having a small screen cat hair. I don't mind having a small screen because usually if I'm using a smartwatch, it's to do things that are very simple, like check notifications or start a tracker if I'm doing a hike, or I'm maybe speaking to it via Google Assistant or something like that. Playing music from it, or maybe I'm replying to a text, but I'm never typing on it. I'm always using audio. I'm using vocals to reply to text or do anything like that. What size is that Samsung watch? I don't know. I don't have specs memorized. Are you kidding me? I review like 2 to 3 things per week. How am I supposed to know the specs? I reviewed this thing like 6 months ago. Richard said, what is the size? I can look it up. Let's see. Samsung Watch 6 size. I got the smaller one too. Let's see. Watch 6, 38.4. Okay, it's 38.4 millimeters compared to the Watch 6 Classic, which is 46.5. Which sounds like, I think the OnePlus, oh yeah, 46 millimeters. Yeah, so they're like almost exactly the same size in terms of display. Thank you for your question. Now we know. So now you know about the size. I would say in terms of weight, it doesn't feel like it's going to make you tired or anything. It's not really aching my wrist. So it's a really good weight, but the size is just too big for me and my little wrists. But again, if you're used to something that is larger than the Pixel Watch 2 or the Samsung Watch 6, this would probably be more in your wheelhouse if you want something that looks more like a classic vintage watch. And this definitely looks like a classic vintage watch. So it is comfortable to wear, but just too big for my wrist. It does come with these silicone wristbands, which is pretty similar to a lot of the other watches that I've recently reviewed, that have recently come out. So the actual watch bands are not anything super special. I do like the ridging detail though that they have on these. It gives it a little bit more of a high quality appeal. Very pretty. And I very much appreciate that. Sorry, I hit my microphone. These are compatible with other wristbands. These are 22 millimeter wristbands, and they just have the little pin adapters. So it's really, really easy to replace these. If you have like a 22 millimeter leather adapter, for example, that you want to, or a wristband that you want to put on them instead, very easy to replace. And they just slide off like any other wristband. So I really appreciate that they didn't go for something proprietary like the Pixel Watch did, because you have to buy an adapter for those. When the Pixel Watch came out, I ended up reviewing like 6 different adapters that I bought off Amazon, and all of them kind of sucked. They were all pretty terrible. And we didn't have any kind of first person adapters from Google. So we just had to deal with the third-party ones. It's not great. So I think OnePlus made a good move there by choosing to go with something that was universally acceptable and very easy. So yes, it is very easy, Tellus, to change the bands. I'm glad you asked that question. Very easy to change the bands. Unfortunately though, the bands that I have for like my older Pixel Watch and Samsung Watch, these I believe are 20 millimeter. So like I have these leather bands. They are not compatible with these larger wristbands of the OnePlus Watch 2. So unfortunately I can't use these. The pins are not long enough to be able to fit into my newer watch. So I am stuck with the silicone watch bands, which also kind of unfortunate because I'm one of those people that has, like, I can get skin irritation by wearing silicone on my wrist for too long. I also had that problem with previous Pixel watches, which is why I started replacing them with leather wristbands instead. So yeah, definitely check the size of your wristbands before you go and try to change them out, because the 20 millimeter ones are just slightly too small for the 22 millimeter size of the adapters for the wristband. Could you put the 22 millimeter spring bars into the 20 millimeter? Maybe. I've never tried that. But that's definitely something I'd try. Yeah, I haven't tried that, Mike. That's a good question, though. Pebble Time. Ooh, preferred image. Hi. Pebble Time was the best smartwatch, in my honest opinion. I miss them. Gosh, that was before I started purchasing smartwatches. The Pebble Time was. I've always wanted to wear a smartwatch, but my job kills them instantly. Kelly, now I need to know what you do. As long as I'm not doxing you, you want to tell me what you do? The spring bars should slide right out. Okay, that's good to know. I'll try that. Oh, MRI tech. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What does Richard say? That's exactly what I wanted to know. I have the Watch 6 Classic and wanted to know how this size compared. Aw. Oh, you're awesome. Well, you're awesome too, Richard. Thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Thank you for engaging in my chat. So fun. Okay, so now you know about the physical attributes of the new OnePlus Watch 2. I did want to just kind of talk about performance applications that are available on it, how you connect it to your smartphone as well. So with the with the OnePlus Watch 2, you have to download an app which is called Health. Let me do not disturb my phone so you don't see any weird notifications pop up. We don't want that. So here is the Health application. It's pretty simple. It's very easy to use, but pretty simplistic. So on the main page, you get your daily activity. You can tell I have not walked very much. I should probably take my dog on a walk. Heart rate. You can tell my heart rate was chill and then went up to around 94 when I started the live stream because I'm like working now. My sleep from last night. It does track your sleep. And then we have stress. I think that's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool that it tracks your stress. And then we have a workout record and SpO2, which I have not been tracking those. They do have some pretty cool workout tech that is built into the new OnePlus Watch 2. For example, there's like a specialty ski measurement. So I can track like how far I skied, the duration, how high up I was, like things like that, which are really cool. However, I haven't been on a ski trip since I got this in the mail. So that's something that I really want to test though. They also have a devices page where you can see all the different watch faces, all your different tiles. You can also customize your notifications, etc., etc. I did want to show you some of the watch faces that you have options between. These are pretty nice. I like how vintage they look. They're not very girly, which I would love to have some girly watch faces. But in terms of just like getting data on your main page, these are really nice watch faces. So they did a quality job on offering a lot of free different watch faces that you can download. It's easy to switch in between them if you want to. Like I currently have this blue gaze one on. It's really pretty. Very nice and customizable too. And in terms of tiles, there's also a whole slew of them that just come with the watch. You have all your normal ones that are pretty self-explanatory. Contacts, daily activity, assistant, sleep, stress. I'll go into that one as well. Workouts, next event. And then you can add additional tiles down here at the bottom. And of course, if you want to, everything is available via the Google Play Store. So very easily accessible for everything in terms of applications. Hi, Jano. Hello. It's nice to see you again. You are good at technology, I have to say. Thank you. Oh, so Keiko's Way says, do we get a discount code? I really want this watch. I mentioned it previously. I'll mention it again. OnePlus is running some deals for pre-orders with this watch. So the MSRP is $300. You get, once it comes to Amazon, it'll be $50 off for Prime members. And then on oneplus.com, they are offering a guaranteed $50 trade-in deal. So you get a trade-in. If you trade in any watch, any condition, you get $50 off the price of a new Watch 2. You can also get, if you purchase a OnePlus 12 or 12R, 30% off with purchase. There might be other deals available once they come down the line, but that's currently what I have access to. I don't have any special affiliate links either. Just those deals. Is this an always on display out of the box? I don't have mine turned on to always on display, but let me check for you. I can show you the menu. Like all the different settings on it. So, in order to access your menu, oh, that is not it. Hold on. Gotta clear my notifications. There you go. Okay. It's hard doing this backwards. Okay, so hit the down menu to find your quick settings. So they do have like a payment profile set up in here. You can also do like airplane mode, do not disturb, sleep mode. Your brightness is right here. They do have an auto brightness setting, which is very nice. That really helps with battery. However, the battery is so good on here. I haven't even touched on the battery yet. It's so good on here, honestly. Like, you don't even really need to worry about that. It's pretty cool. And of course, you can connect your earbuds if you have a pair of earbuds you want to connect. Volume, notifications. So let me go into settings. Check for display and brightness. Okay. I currently have it on raise to wake, so I just disabled raise to wake. So it'll just stay on. I think it was defaulted to raise to wake when I set mine up. There is also an auto screen lock. So you can check your auto screen off to 10 seconds, or you can change that if you want to. Go to watch face after seconds, 5 seconds, always on display. There you go. So this is defaulted to off until you turn it on in the settings. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. It says high battery usage. Yeah, that's fine. We're good. We're going to be totally fine here. And I'm also going to change my on display so that it doesn't turn off while I'm showing you this. There's some other things that you can control in here, obviously. These are all underneath your settings. When I got mine in the mail, there was a system update available, so definitely check for an update if you purchase one of these, like immediately. And again, it is not LTE. So if you want an LTE watch, this is not going to be the one for you. But in terms of connection, I did want to mention that too. The connections so far on this watch have been high quality. I haven't had any issues with it not being able to connect to my phone. I connected it to a Samsung. You're going to get the same type of performance, the same access to everything, no matter which Android phone you use. So whether you have a OnePlus 12 or any other OnePlus phone, or if you want to use this with like your Google Pixel, your Samsung, you're going to have a really great time no matter which Android device you're using. So they didn't lock it down in case you have a preference in terms of like which kind of Android phone you want. Unfortunately, just like every other Wear OS device, it's not going to be working with your Apple phone. So Should probably stick with an Apple Watch if you got Apple phone, okay? So I'll put it back on. It's very nice. It's very nice. So thank you for your question, Ziv. How does it spec to the Galaxy Watch 6? Not familiar with OnePlus stuff, really. Callum, that is a great question as well. Hey, what's up, Latrell? Hi, thank you for coming. Okay, I'm going to go back to Callum's comment here. I already went over the hardware in terms of like size and weight. This one is definitely bigger, but in terms of like the weight comparison, this one's a little bit heavier, but it's not at that point where it would be unbearable or anything like that. I haven't found the weight to be an issue, and I got my tiny little wrists. The size, though, is an issue for me because I do have those little wrists. So if you have like a larger wrist size, mine is very small, then you would probably like the size of this. But okay, so one of the biggest concerns that a lot of people have with watches, with smartwatches, is the battery. So I really want to tell you about the battery because it's pretty amazing. First, I will show you what my current battery is. Okay, oh, come back here. Show me my battery. There's my battery. Battery is 75%. It says it should last 1 day and 20 hours. Now that just changed, that estimate, because I turned on always on display instead of raise to wake. So if you have raise to wake on, where you flip your wrist and then it automatically turns on the watch display, then you're gonna get a longer battery life than if you have always on display on and you disable raise to wake. So if you want a longer battery life in that term, I would recommend turning on raise to wake instead. But I have always on display on right now just for testing, so I can show you everything on the display without it turning off every 2 seconds, which currently it's turning off every 2 seconds anyway, so it doesn't care about me. The battery in here is really, really good. And the reason why, let me see if they have a page on this, because I can describe it, but it'll be helpful. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, that is great. I'm going to show you this page. Whoop. I love that I can do that. Okay. So this says you can get 48 hours of intense usage, like GPS tracking. If you're going out on a hike and you're going camping or something, making calls, third-party apps, heavy usage scenarios, 48 hours. If you are not using it with heavy usage, like I don't use mine for GPS tracking. I do use it for making calls, but I'm not running a lot of applications on my watch. I generally use smartwatches as a way to limit my exposure to my phone for productivity. It's something that allows me to put away my phone for longer periods during the day and just focus on, like, if there's an important notification that comes in, good. So I'm not using mine for 48 hours straight of like GPS tracking. So intense usage, 48 hours. You're looking at two days, right? That's great. For me, I am on, when did I charge this? I took it off the charger yesterday morning at 10 a.m. And what was it at? 70%? It's crazy. 75%. So I'm currently on 75% on this thing. And I took it off the charger yesterday morning. Okay. I've been wearing it nonstop so that's about 14 hours since now. And this is over the course of, a week and a half. I've had the same experience over a week and a half. I have a feeling that I can probably get like 4 or 5 days straight out of this thing if I'm using it just for like normal day-to-day use, checking the weather, using Google Assistant, stuff like that. It has such a nice battery life. Like, I've never experienced such a high battery life for like normal adulting usage than with the OnePlus Watch 2. I'm so impressed because I am so used to these smaller watches and how little of time they actually survive. Like, they die within 1 to 2 days of normal usage. That's not intensive whatsoever. But this one's lasted me like 4 or 5 days. Okay. I'm very, very impressed. So the reason they were able to do this is because they're using 2 different chipsets within the watch itself, which may also be why this one is so much larger than ones that I am used to. That might contribute to it. I'm not really sure. Just a theory on my part. So it says 2 brains are better than 1. They did put 2 different chipsets in here. The first one is going to be your Snapdragon W5 Gen 1. That's your fast Snapdragon chipset that is in a lot of smartwatches. And this one is going to offer you a really, really nice, fast, intensive architecture. So you're going to use that for all your third-party apps, for your GPS tracking, for anything that is heavy usage. They're using the Snapdragon W5. When you are not using it for anything that is really heavy usage, the application itself, Wear OS, switches over to another OS called RTOS. This one runs on the BES 2700 chipset. I am geeking out right now. I love this. It's so cool. So it's running 2 side by side. It's like, y'all ever run like Linux and Windows on a computer? It's kind of like that. I'm a dork. I'm sorry. So I see it kind of comparable to that, where if you don't need it for any like heavy, intense usage, it just auto switches over to this BES 2700. And whenever it's switching over to that, if you don't use it for a lot of intense usage, it's going to last you for a much longer time because it's not like forcing itself to run on the Snapdragon W5 24/7. It's very, very cool. It's really neat how they integrated this like power efficiency so that you get the most battery life out of your smartwatch as you can currently with today's technology. So I love this. I think that the battery is the biggest selling factor of the OnePlus Watch 2. Like, yes, you have Wear OS in here, and yes, you can get access to all your normal applications, workouts, whatsoever, but the battery life is so high quality on here. So yeah, I haven't charged mine in 14 hours currently, and that's not including any of my testing from the past week and a half, and it's currently at 75% like I showed you. So that gives you a wonderful idea of like how much time you can get out of that. And it includes wearing it overnight when I was tracking my sleep patterns. It includes bringing it out yesterday and running around and getting a bunch of notifications while I was like at a restaurant. That also includes like, you know, checking the weather, and I'm constantly accessing Google Assistant whenever I'm using a smartwatch. So I was also like adding things to a grocery list by activating Google Assistant, stuff like that. So you're going to get quite a bit of battery life out of this if you're using it for like normal day-to-day stuff. And even if you're using it for intense usage cases, then you're still getting 2 days, which is huge. Like that's pretty amazing. I think it's wonderful. So thank you, Callum. Yeah, that's one of the best things about this is like how long it lasts. It's just so impressive. Callum added, I have the Pixel Watch currently. I agree, the battery is shocking, 24 hours at best with casual use. Yes, I have had the same exact experience as you, Callum. And it's pretty shocking how you can go from that lower end Pixel Watch battery life up to something that is so much better on here. Like, can we have all smartwatch manufacturers put 2 chipsets in their smartwatches? Because apparently this is the way to go. Although I don't know if I would wear them if they all are like 46 millimeters or whatever the size was on here, 47 millimeters from edge to edge, because that's pretty big for my little baby Bruce. Ziv says, I only charge my Garmin Instinct Solar once a week, but it can go longer. Wow. Never apologize for being a dork. I agree. Thanks, Ziv. Ziv Zoolander. I like your name. Oh, that's a good question from Sparks. Sparks? How do I say your name? Sparks? For those changing from a smart band to a smartwatch in 2024, what would you recommend between a Pixel Watch 2 or a OnePlus Watch 2? So if battery life is really important to you, I would go with a OnePlus Watch 2. If you want something that's a little smaller in size and you don't mind charging it overnight, like every night, or charging it in the morning every morning, you get the Pixel Watch 2. It's smaller, it's more compact size. It kind of depends on preference, though, to be honest, because both of them have like really nice perks and features. Okay. So I also wanted to mention, oh, where was I? There we go. So we got the battery life. What questions did you have in regards to it that I have not covered yet? There's a few other things that I did want to cover. So I talked about fitness a little bit, which honestly I have not used a lot of because I don't really work out. Oh, I wanted to speak on sleep. So one of the issues I've had with a lot of Android smartwatches is they're not quite accurate when it comes to sleep patterns. So last night was a great test of this to determine if the sleep information was actually accurate. And it was pretty close. So I have a sleep score here, and it gives me a sleep score of 70, which is not that great. 7 hours and 5 minutes. And up here you have this dialogue, which shows you a graph of how long you were in REM, deep sleep, and then when you woke up. Waking up is yellow. So you can see like I woke up in the middle of the night and I was awake for quite some time. There might be a snore in my household. Okay, so deep sleep was 2 hours. Light, 3 hours 26. REM was 1 hour and 39. Awake, it says too long. You were awake too long. So you can tell there's a couple of patterns in there. Like there's a little spike at the very beginning that's like waking up to go to the restroom or something. And then you have 1 hour and 8 minutes where I was just like awake for an hour straight, which that's accurate. That's very accurate. And yeah. It was kind of cool to see that and be able to tell how long I was actually awake. It was quite accurate. So sometimes it does pick up that you're just like, you're laying down and you might be awake, but you're kind of still. And it might think that you're sleeping through that progress. But if you're moving around, like if you hop on your phone in the middle of the night and check your emails, like, I don't know, maybe I do that, then it will pick that up. And it is accurate when it comes to that. So my sleep cycle was actually quite accurate. And it has been so for the last few nights. So that SpO2 thing, if you have breathing problems, it'll show you that. You can test your SpO2. I don't know what that stands for, but that's in case like if you have breathing patterns that affect how well you can sleep, you can test for those. You can run. Let's see. Access your risk of breathing problems during sleep based on your SpO2 and breathing patterns. Monitor your snoring using the O Health app on your phone to get analyses of your snoring data. I actually don't use that because I do have a spouse. So having two people in the room, like if one of us is snoring and the other one is not, smartwatches just think that we're snoring all the time. Like it's always you that's snoring, even though sometimes it might be your significant other. So I don't use the like snore pattern tracking or anything like that, just because I always find it to be inaccurate on these devices. Even on smartphones, like it always just assumes I'm the one that's snoring. I'm like, okay. Oh, that's what it stands for. Pulse oximeter. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Ziv. So I do think that sleep is quite accurate on here, given that it did pick up and it told me exactly how long I was awake. It was able to pick that up really well. Quite happy with it. And it also has been tracking my sleep patterns quite efficiently in the nights that I do wear it. Whenever it does need to charge, I'm usually going to charge it overnight. And I do want to talk about charging too, because the charging is really cool. So it comes with a USB cable, and this little dock. So the nice thing about this dock compared to, I also have these on my table to show you. Here's the ones that you get with your Pixel Watch, which has the little 4 pins on it to connect to the back of your Pixel Watch 2. The original Pixel Watch was just magnetic. It didn't have the pinpoints. The Samsung has this regular black little docking station. Now both of these are soldered to the USB cord. The nice thing about the OnePlus Watch, which I will give them credit for this because it's very cool, it's USB-C, and you can just take this puck with you if you're traveling, or if you want to like stick it in your purse and take it with you to work, or like bring it with you when you're working out or something and just plug it in real quick in a battery pack or something. Like, you can just take the puck with you. You don't have to take the USB cable. It does require this proprietary puck to charge. But given that you only have to charge it every few days, I honestly don't find that to be an issue. And I love that it unplugs from the USB-C cable in order to charge. It charges at 7.5 watts, and that is a VOOC charger. So this is a very specialized, like, proprietary OnePlus VOOC charger that they're using on it. And in order to plug it in, or I guess wirelessly connect it to the back of this, you just connect the 4 pins on the top to your OnePlus Watch 2. Really easy to connect, and it stays there really well. It's a nice magnet, so you're not gonna like have it fall off your connector or anything like that when you're trying to charge it. It works really well. In terms of charging, I think it took me like an hour to get a full charge. It was fast. It's really fast. And it's because OnePlus is using that VOOC charger. VOOC is their standard for fast charging. It's the same thing that I think their sister company called Oppo uses. However, I don't really review Oppos on my channel because most of the people watching my channel are in the US. So next, snoring recognition. Yeah, we need some better snoring recognition. Jay Ramos says, is this a first impression kind of stream? Yes, it is. So straight up, okay, I'll be honest with you. It's a first impression stream. And 2, my editor is on, like, she's at a convention or something this week. And I didn't have time to edit a review video. So, because if I'm editing a video, it's going to take me 8 hours to edit a video, like sit down and edit myself. Because I don't want to edit. I fall asleep if I'm editing myself, and I'm just not as good as her. She's so efficient and she's so amazing as an editor. So when she goes on vacation, I'm just like, oh shoot, I don't have time to edit anything. So I didn't have time to edit a OnePlus Watch 2 review for y'all. So I was like, you know what? I'll do a live stream because I really wanted to talk about this since we're allowed to today. And I was like, I need to do it. But also, like, I just didn't want to delay it by having to edit a video after the fact. And I thought this would be kind of fun because I've never really tested out live streams. One of my intentions going into 2024 is to do more live streams on my channel, especially since, I let go of ThreatWire. That's the old ThreatWire set back there. I let go of ThreatWire, and I want to move my desk where the ThreatWire set used to be and then do more live streams about tech that's coming out. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Thank you, Jay Ramos. Well, I appreciate you being here. I love talking about technology. It's such a big passion of mine, and I'm such a dork when it comes to like really digging into the specs and digging into how these things work. Like the fact that we have dual chipsets in the Watch 2, the OnePlus Watch 2. Like I thought that was so cool, and I really wanted to talk about it with y'all. So Larry, I think I covered your question. Sorry if I missed it. Does it charge wirelessly? Can you use your phone to charge it? No, you do need to use the puck. It is a wireless puck. It's kind of like a Qi charger almost, but you do have to have this puck in order to charge it. So if you need more than one puck, it comes with one, and that does come with the USB-C cable that plugs into it. It's USB-C to USB 2.0. Ta-da! But you will need an adapter. You will need somewhere to plug that in. And if you need more than one, you'll have to buy a second one. an adapter separately. Victor says, connectivity, does it work best with OnePlus? Can it function with other menus? It works with any Android phones, not Apple though. So stick with your Androids. Callum says, loving this interactive format. Thank you. This is like my first time doing an interactive public live stream. I do have a private live stream that I do every month with my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. So you can always join that. It's really cheap. Like $2 is the cheapest plan, but I think to access the live streams, it's like $5 a month or something. But yeah, I like doing live streams. It's fun. This is the first time I'm doing a public one. So I was like, will it go well? I don't know. Am I going to break it? Who knows? We'll figure it out along the way. I agree, Jano. A power bank is good for that device. Yes. Yeah. If you find that like it dies in the middle of the day and you forgot to charge it for 4 days straight, which might happen with this device, then yeah, you could just plug this into a portable charger. Like grab yourself an Anker power bank and carry the puck and the USB-C charger with you and you're good to go. Victor said, didn't realize you let go of ThreatWire. We'll have to check out the new host. Yeah, dude. I left in November was my last episode of ThreatWire. So I ended up leaving and a new girl came in. She's amazing. Give her a chance. She's awesome. Doing ThreatWire and like news-based content is very, very hard. And it requires a lot of writing, a lot of like comprehension and stuff like that. And it's tough. Like it took me a long time to get decent at that show, especially since you're doing news reporting. You're using a teleprompter to read the script that you wrote. So it's very, very tough. It's very professional. But yeah, I decided to let it go and focus on my own channel. Mainly because I was running out of time and I was working every weekend. I was working like 7 days a week and I was really scared of burning out again. Like I burnt out in 2020, what was that, 2022? I got sick, like physically sick. So I decided if I was going to pursue my career as a content creator and really focus on my channel, what did I need to do? And it just came down to I needed to let go of ThreatWire, which is sad. I'm still sad. Ziv says, does it use a proprietary connector for charging? Yeah, kinda. Like it's this proprietary connector. You got those 4 pins on the back of the smartwatch and then 4 pins on the top of this thingy. So you can't use like a puck from your old Pixel watch or your Samsung watch. It's not going to charge. You'll have to use the puck that came in the box with your Pixel or with your OnePlus Watch 2. Oh my God. So unfortunately, it won't work with the other ones. I've also had the same experience with my Samsung charger and my Pixel Watch 2 charger. Those aren't interchangeable either. The Pixel Watch 2 has these 4 pins on it, so you can't use it with the Samsung device, and the Samsung won't register the Pixel charger. So each of them is proprietary. That's what I've figured out. Let me see if I missed any questions. Also, if I did miss any of your questions, feel free to like copy and paste them into the comments so that I can see them. Because sometimes I get a little long-winded and I might miss your stuff. So the last thing that I wanted to mention on here is one of the missing features which might turn your head towards a Pixel Watch 2 or a Watch 6 from Samsung. These two smaller watches, even though the battery doesn't last as long, they both have ECG built in. So if you are like, I'm currently wearing a heart monitor from a doctor. Don't worry, I'll bring it up in my next video that I'm posting probably later today. But if you're not familiar, ECG is the electrocardiogram, and it's how they can measure your measure for like palpitations and stuff like that over time. and it's very data accurate. And unfortunately, the OnePlus Watch 2, it does have the heartbeat tracker in here, the heart rate, but there is no ECG. So I can track my heart rate, and I can go in here and test that over time, and it'll measure for my heart rate right there, but it's not going to measure for ECG, which is unfortunate. I really wish that we had ECG in the OnePlus Watch 2, because right now, of course, that's important for me. So it would be nice to have. It's not a deal breaker for most people, I don't think, but that would be something that I would be concerned about. And it's something that I'm currently looking for very actively when it comes to smartwatches. J. Romo said, sorry if you already said, but how long did the battery last you? So I'll give you my current example, which is I'm on about 14 hours or 15 hours that I've had my Watch 2 on, and it's at 75%. I took it off the charger yesterday morning. I'm getting like 4 or 5 days with it, depending on usage. However, if you're very intensive, if you are connecting it to GPS, stuff like that, then you're going to see 48 hours instead. I have never used my smartwatches that intensively, so I don't think that I'm going to go under like 3 days of use. So yeah, I think the ECG thing might be important to some people. It is important to me, especially currently with like the health stuff that I'm trying to figure out. But if that's not something that you're necessarily looking for, then you might not care. It does include a lot of sensors though. Acceleration gyroscope, the optical heart rate sensor, that's the one that is built in. There's also the pulse oximeter sensor, if I could say it right. It's pretty good at tracking Google Maps. Like I use Maps and Coordinates quite a bit for like just connecting it to Maps to find my way home from here in Denver. So it's pretty good at that. Call quality is efficient. Haven't had any issues there. The volume on here gets decently loud, but of course with any smartwatches, it's going to sound tinny out of the speakers that are built in. So if you want to connect it to earbuds, that's what I would recommend. In terms of like playing music from it, sounds great. I've had no issues there either. So I'm really happy with those. What is your pulse now? Give us your stats from some guy. Why do you want to know that? That's weird. I'm not going to give you my current pulse rate. I don't know. It's resting. It's a resting pulse. It's probably, I'm going to guess like, mine is always kind of fast, hence the monitor, but I'm going to guess it's like 91. I'm going to put it on and find out. Some guy says, being nosy. Yeah, you and the rest of YouTube. No, hold on, I'll tell you. Okay, let's see. Whoop. Heart rate measuring. Currently measuring. It says, please keep still. This measures heart rate. Oh, 91. I was like right on the dot. Did you see that? 91. Wow. I know me. 93, 94. Look, I got excited. 96. Yep, I'm so excited about getting my heart rate accurate. Wow, I was right on the money. I should have placed bets. Yeah, go me. Maybe the Pixel 2 might be the move for me now. The ECG would definitely benefit me. Yeah, Jay Ramos, I understand. Yes. LMAO, what, it has speakers. Yeah, Jay, that's pretty normal. A lot of times you'll notice that smartwatches do have speakers, and it's usually just to get the sounds from, yeah, you're getting like notification pings from your Pixel Watch or your OnePlus Watch 2. You're going to get If you're using Google Assistant, it can talk to you from the watch as well. If you're using it for maps, it'll give you coordinates audibly, so you can hear things coming out of your watch. Yeah, definitely. That's, yeah. Most smartwatches, in fact, all smartwatches that I've reviewed in the past year do have some kind of speakers, but they're very, very small. They're very minute. And the audio quality that comes out of them is not going to be amazing. You're not going to get like bassy bass or anything. Some guy says it is quite bulky. Is it comfortable? I would compare it to the Samsung Classic in terms of size. It's almost exactly the same size. And in terms of comfort, it's very comfortable, but it's a little too big for my wrist. Like, it just looks big on me because I got little wrists. If you compare that to if I'm wearing my Pixel watch. Sorry if you hear my sump pump. That thing goes off all the time. Gotta have that sump pump, make sure my studio doesn't flood. Look at that difference in size. This one looks so much more normal for my wrist size. But I got little petite wrists, so that's the one thing I will say is like the size is just too big for me and it's missing ECG. But if I had bigger wrists and if I didn't care about ECG, then I would totally buy this thing. And then sometimes the button on the side snags whenever I'm like pulling up a shirt. Like if I'm wearing a sweater and I'm pulling it up, it'll pull a little bit on the wrist. And that's partially, I think, because of the size. Like, see the height of how far it pops out compared to the Pixel Watch 2. There's a big difference in terms of how tall it is, how far away from my wrist it is in comparison to my smaller Pixel Watch. So, something to keep in mind. But in terms of weight, like, it feels good. The actual weight is 80 grams with the strap. 80. D-Fish, what's up? Hello! %. Yes, I agree. Clark says, what do you think about Google constantly shutting down projects? I can't trust them when they introduce something now. Yeah, in terms of hardware, okay, they totally screwed me because I bought in like $500 probably when I bought this house. I bought all of their like alarm system equipment, the Nest Alarm, Nest Aware. I bought sensors for like all my windows, all my doors, a few cameras. And then 6 to 8 months later, they were like, oh, we're shutting that down. So come April this year, I'm having to replace the Nest Alarm, all the sensors, like anything that involves being able to set up like my own home alarm system. I have to replace all that. That's like $500 wasted because they decided to do that. And I only bought that thing a couple of years ago. So it should last me a good 5-7 years at least when it comes to an alarm system, hopefully longer. I have to replace it now. That bugs me a lot. I was really, really upset about that. I was mad. Hello, San Diego. I know San Diego quite well. We got family down in San Diego. Ken says, are you still dating the Pixel phone? I think my husband might be a little jealous if I'm dating technology. I am still using it though. I'm using a Pixel 8 Pro. Okay, I saw a couple of questions that had nothing to do with the OnePlus Watch 2. Did anybody else have any additional questions about the OnePlus Watch 2? Because I want to make sure that I wrap it up before I move on to like just AMA, Ask Me Anything type live stream. Because I'll do that for a little bit before I end the live stream today. let's see. I talked about O Health on the phone. I showed you that. If you missed it, you can always go back and watch this live stream again. Also, huge thank you to anybody who is supporting the chat through, what's it called? I think there's like a super thanks thing where you can donate and have your chat pop up in like a highlighted color. I don't know if anybody's done that. I've never done it before. Yeah, super chat, some guy. I don't know if anybody's done it, but if you have, thank you. Yeah, this is my first time live streaming, so I'm just like setting everything up for the first time. But I do want to do this more often if people enjoy it. Lou says that ironically you can't even pay via anything but credit card. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. I think. Oh yeah, super sticker, super chat, membership, and membership gifting. That's cool. I've never tried that before. Okay, so yeah, there were a couple of questions in here that I starred and favorited so I could come back to them. Let me find those again. Do, do, do. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm favoriting a few of the comments that I wanted to get to. Okay, Wario said, Snubs Live, what's up? The only tech reviewer that mentions sweet tea. That's because my family's from the South. You know, somebody didn't like that I used the term y'all. And I was like, my entire family says y'all. Like, what's wrong with y'all? It's the nicest thing you can say. Hey, y'all. You all. I don't get it. It's so weird. I've gotten like multiple comments in the past few weeks from people saying, why do you say y'all? I hate it. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Jeez. So weird. Okay, I got a question from the Bunsen Burner. Hey, I have loved your content since Hack 5. Dig all your reviews. Bought my last 2 phones after watching your reviews of them. Dropping in quick to pass the good vibes on. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much, Bunsen Burner. That was really sweet. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're very nice. I appreciate you. A couple of people asked... Yeah, there you go. Joshua Moyer said, been a fan since at least Tech Thing. Yay! That was my first independent tech show. Do you keep in touch with Patrick? No, I don't. I have no idea what he's up to these days. That was fun, though. I used to do a show with Patrick Norton, chatting about all the cool vibes happening in the technology sector. We ended up sunsetting that show quite a while back, and that's around the time that I started my own channel independently. And yeah, my own channel's been doing really well. If anything, I think it's grown faster than Tech Thing did. And I was really excited because I was able to take a lot of what I learned and actually implement it onto my own channel. So yeah, I am very grateful for my time there, but no, I haven't kept in touch with Patrick. And some guy says, first time ever, or first time on YouTube. This is my first time doing like a public live stream on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm testing a lot of things, some guy. And Clark said, do you talk to the Hack 5 dudes still? You know, Hack 5 has dudes and ladies. They have all sorts of folks over there. But of course I do. I love my old fam. Okay, some guy says, have you talked about Vision Pro yet? Haven't been in the stream that long. Nope. I am not really sure if my audience would be interested in the Vision Pro. I could always go buy one. I do have a Apple iPhone that I could use it with, but given my channel is delegated to Android and Windows, I'm not really sure if it would be a heavy hitter on this channel. Maybe an opinion base, like based on, you know, Android user uses the Apple Vision Pro, my thoughts, but I do have some concerns with it in terms of like privacy. Not necessarily privacy with Apple, but privacy with people that you're using it around, and safety. The main two things are the way that it, like if you're recording video of whatever you're seeing, it pulsates white, which is not, in my opinion, a good indicator for normal people that they are currently being recorded. So if you take this to somebody's house and you're recording in their kitchen or something, like they don't really have a good indicator that you're doing that with a pulsating light. I wish they had like a red LED on the front of it, because naturally as a society, we have learned that a red LED means that you are recording somebody. In comparison, like you're wearing this thing on your head and you're just like looking around and using it. In comparison, you automatically know if I'm holding up my phone like this, I'm probably recording you, because normal people are not holding up their phone and staring at you like this unless they're taking a picture or using the lenses. Normally, we're looking down at our phones. So I think there's a big difference there, and not something that a lot of people have really discussed. And there's also the complication of safety. A lot of people know how much those things cost. So if you're wearing it in a public environment, like I would not wear an Apple Vision Pro if I was out by myself. I would be very worried about getting robbed, because they'd be like, expensive thing on small girl's face, I can attack her. There's also the whole peripheral vision thing. Even with glasses, like I can see to both sides of my face. When you're wearing the Apple Vision Pro, it does cut off some of your peripheral vision. And that would worry me from a safety standpoint. So I would be a little concerned, especially if you're so integrated into Apple Vision Pro. Like, yes, you can see through it, but you're likely paying attention to things that are on the screen. You might not be paying attention to what's going on around you. And that's like a safety perspective that I think a lot of people haven't really discussed. So yeah, those are my views on Apple Vision Pro. You know, not a big fan, but I think it's cool if you're using it at home and you're respecting people's privacy. Hey, what's up? 73. You know, I'm letting mine expire. I'm letting my ham radio license expire. I got tired of people emailing me and being like, oh my God, your address is public. And I'm like, it's a warehouse in California. I don't live there. Like, I don't care if it's public. It's a warehouse in California. I live in Denver. It's good. We're good. So I'm just going to let it expire. I never use it anyway. Oh, wow. Blue Sal says, been watching on and off since the Hack 5 house. That's a long time. Like, Hack 5 house is going back to 2008. Yeah, like, I was a baby. I was a baby when we were in the Hack house. That little bachelor pad. That was fun. Good times. I love your comments. Thank you so much. Yeah, some guy. There's no red LED on phones when videos are recorded, but it sounds similar to concerns about Google Glass in the day. But as I mentioned, the difference is you're wearing this thing on your head 24/7. Well, not 24/7, until the battery dies. You're wearing this thing on your head, and your head is always going to be facing, like, in some sense or form, like, people are assuming that you're doing something in the glasses. You could be facing something and doing something while you're wearing the Apple Vision Pro. But the difference is, if you're recording video on your phone, you're pointing it upwards at people. And people are going to know, if you're pointing your phone up, that you're probably recording them. Because that's what we do with our phones. When we raise them like this, you know that you're recording. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So that's my argument. Hey, Jason. What's up, Jason? Got my OnePlus Watch 2 over the weekend. I'm looking forward to spending some time with it as well. I missed your earlier opinions that you might have shared. Like or dislike? Hi, Jason. So definitely love the battery life. Don't like the size, because I'm a little miniature wrist person. I don't like the size, and I don't like that it doesn't have ECG. But otherwise, I've been really happy with it. I think you're going to love the battery life and be really impressed with it. I have been. And it's also very accurate when it comes to sleep patterns, at least in my experience. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about what you think of it too. Are you going to share your opinions on your own show? Which, by the way, you should totally tell everybody where you work. Is it waterproof, the watch? Yes, it is. IP68. Ryan says, is this thing on your chest related to the watch? No, it's a heart monitor. It's called an event monitor. They're very small. They don't require a bunch of contacts. There's 2 sensors underneath this monitor, and then it's wirelessly connected to an Android phone that doctors can watch the data on to see if there's any kind of heart issues. It's nothing to worry about, though. I'm actually, like, I don't really have a way to hide it because it's just chilling here for 4 weeks. So I figured I would tell you guys about it. And it's also kind of high-techy, so I think it's pretty cool. I'm a Cylon. I'm officially a Cylon. Yeah, it's a heart monitor. They're testing to see if my heart's doing anything funky. And hopefully I'll get some data back and be able to act on whatever data I receive back. So I'm not going to go into a lot of details because I don't really share a lot of health stuff online. But that's one of those things that I can't really hide based on my fashion choices. So, but yeah, it is pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat to wear. The only thing is it's a little itchy. Like, I've been wearing this one for a week and it is waterproof, but it's a little bit itchy. Like, I really want to rip this thing off and just like, itch my skin, but I can't do it. I have to leave it on for another couple of days and then I can replace it with a new sensor. Yes, Cylon snubs confirmed. Yes, Mike, it's true. I am a Cylon. Anonymous Freak. Okay, so Anonymous Freak is making mention to the old hack house. Did you have to sign a waiver for being underage around the alcohol back then? Because you were definitely that young back then, right? I was very young back then. Yeah, that's why I never drank. No, I'm just kidding. I was legal age by the time I was in the Hack 5 house. I was graduated out of college. Hi, Jason. It's good to see you too. I agree, Wario. Jason and Shannon collaboration would make for an awesome episode or podcast. That would be amazing. Yes, Jason and I used to work together at an old network, which I'm not going to promote here. And now he's doing his own thing. I'm really excited for him. He's going to do a review Let's see. Jason said, you know, just getting this whole YouTube channel thing rolling. Yellow Gold Studios. Awesome. Looking forward to it. A Nobody says, did you ever end up getting your ham license? Yes, I got mine almost 10 years ago, so it's going to expire soon. I'm just going to let it expire. But I sure did. There's an Easter egg on my studio of my ham radio call sign. You can't see it from this angle, but it is there. You can see it in my recorded, edited videos. Aw, Wing It. You're so nice. Are they testing to see if your heart is real gold? Oh my god. Aw, that's so sweet. No. Unfortunately, they're not. Oh, I just got a notification. What? Oh, it's Mercari telling me that I should buy stuff, buy Sailor Moon things on the internet. I should not do that. JoeTube says, can you show me the thickness against the Watch 6, please? Yes, I can. I have shown them side by side. At the very beginning of this, I went into quite a bit of detail about the size comparison. Now, I have the Watch 6, not the Watch 6 Classic. So they are going to be a little bit different, but there's your size difference. So you can easily tell that the OnePlus Watch 2 is larger than the... Go away. It is larger than the Samsung Watch. So, bit of a difference there. Hello, OnePlus. Can you show me the thickness? Oh yeah, I just read that one. What? Wait. What? Problematic paragon. What are your thoughts on enzymes? Learning about that in biology right now. I have no opinion. What is that? Problematic paragon. We need to stay on topic here with tech. Okay. I don't want to be Googling things. I don't even know what that is. I know it's something that has to do with biology, but I don't know. I skipped that class in college. Ooh, Mike says, which do you like more, tech or Sailor Moon? Let's see. Tech pays better, so I love it. Sailor Moon is the thing that I've loved since I was a child. Well, I don't know. I've loved tech too since I was a kid. Sailor Moon is the thing that brings me joy. Well, tech brings me joy too, so I can't really say that either. I like them both. I like them both equal. I like Sailor Moon when I don't want to have to think as hard or like test things. Tech, I go really in depth. I'm very analytical about technology, and I really like to test things with technology, but with like my Sailor Moon collection, I don't really have to do that. So Sailor Moon is the thing where I can just like turn off my brain and be surrounded by pretty things. Art, Japanese culture, anime, just it's my brainless hobby. Technology is the thing where I get really, really interested and really deep. Like anytime I want to, if I'm in the mood to learn, technology is where I'm at. Oh my God, Joe. How are you going to say this twice? Thickness, no face size, please. Okay, fine. Since you asked nicely and said please. Here, I'm going to hold them up like that. So you can tell that the Watch 6 is a little bit smaller in terms of thickness. The OnePlus Watch 2 does come out a little bit farther. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I miss you. Okay, Big Bend. Is that how you say your name? Have you done a video on the OnePlus 12 on your table? No, I have not. I just received that in the mail maybe a week ago, a week and a half. I haven't done a video on it yet. I also have the OnePlus 12R. Is that what it's called? OnePlus 12R. It's OnePlus 12R, right? Yes, OnePlus 12R. All these model numbers, you know. Yeah, I have both of them. I'm intending to get videos out about both of those phones, but I do take a few weeks to review products. I'm not a person who just like posts a video and I'm like, I love this thing. I would much rather take my time and be analytical about it and give you like really, really hard set data about my experiences with the product. So yeah, I haven't posted those videos yet, but they're coming. They're on my list. Probably next month, but don't quote me. It totally depends on how much time I have. Oh my gosh. Lily Who says, here I am with my Pixel 3a on custom ROM live support. Ah! Wow. That's awesome. Oh, I love this. Okay, so Lenovo just came out with a like see-through laptop. It looks so cool. Any thoughts on the see-through screens on laptops? I love it. I think it's really cool. I think it's really neat. But my only concern is a privacy detail where if you're on the back side of the laptop, like where you would normally see the like the hood or the cover on the display, you can see what people are doing on their laptop from the other side. So if you're like typing in a password or something like that and somebody's like on the other side of the coffee shop, if you have like a Samsung phone, these things zoom in really far and they're very good at picking up details. So keep that in mind if that comes to our near future. Like people from behind the laptop might be able to see what you're doing even if you have your back to a wall and you're typing something into your laptop. So that's a concern. Otherwise, I think they're really cool. But I would just be very, very hyper aware of what I'm doing on a laptop if it does have a see-through display like that. That's a good question. Glad you brought that up. Michael said, ooh, this is a deep one. Thoughts on AI and ethical implications, how it affects security with deepfakes. I imagine there will have to be just as many companies to identify AI made stuff as much as there are AI companies. Yep. As a public facing female, that's a big concern of mine. Deepfakes. Yep. Huge concern. We've already seen like kids in high school being harassed and them dealing with stuff that has to do with AI and deepfakes. I won't go into a lot of detail here because YouTube monetization issues, but yeah, it's a big problem. It's a big concern for me. I have used AI for like writing a caption on Instagram. There is an AI feature now like built into my Photoshop editor for thumbnails where it will just erase the background. Like, I love being able to use it for stuff that I'm using anyway that speeds up my processes, but I wouldn't use it for things that are replacing jobs of people that I work with. Google Pixel 8 Graphene OS. Yeah, baby. Thanks, Dawn. What time is it? Ooh, it's 12:30. Okay. I've been here for quite some time, so I think I'm going to log off. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, if you just happen to find my channel today and you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because I just finished my S24 Ultra review, which also goes really in depth about everything that you probably want to know on that new phone, the one that I currently have in front of me. So definitely watch that if you are interested. I will share all my experiences with it. It's super fun. Yes, thank you for watching. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for the support too. If it wasn't for folks like you watching my shows and donating and like signing up on Patreon and YouTube memberships, like I wouldn't be able to spend time doing a live stream like this, especially one that's not sponsored. So I appreciate the support. It means a lot. Keeps the mortgage paid, so it's always a good thing. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and if you do have any other questions about the OnePlus Watch 2, feel free to find me on social media. You can always send me a question there. And you can also drop them in the comments if I'm posting additional videos, or you can drop them in the comments for this live stream as well, because I'll leave this up so you can watch it. You can watch it on replay. All right, I gotta run some errands and edit some thumbnails for the videos that I'm posting this week, but keep an eye out for the S24 Ultra video. That will be coming very shortly. Bye, everybody.